What if I told you that one secret meeting, one late-night conversation between two of the biggest stars in Asia, has now leaked and is sending the entire industry into chaos, and the things Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo said behind closed doors are so shocking that fans cannot stop talking about it. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button because what you are about to hear will completely change how you see both of them. The night was silent, unreal, the kind of quiet that feels heavy in the air like the world is waiting for something to happen. It was well past midnight when the lights at the back of the studio flickered on, revealing two figures walking in with their heads lowered and their steps careful and deliberate. No managers. No assistants. No cameras. Or so they thought. That was when everything began. Xiao Zhan arrived first, dressed in a dark hoodie with his face partially hidden, as though he wanted to slip through the shadows unnoticed. There was something in the way he moved, something anxious, something urgent. He kept looking around as if he feared someone might catch him. Moments later, Wang Yibo appeared from the opposite entrance. He wore a cap pulled low and a jacket zipped all the way to his chin. His voice was low when he whispered his first word. "You came." The words echoed softly through the dimly lit space. Xiao Zhan nodded once. His voice tense. "We need to talk. Now." Their eyes met, and though the room was cold, their expressions carried a heat that could not be ignored. Years of history, tension, misunderstandings, loyalty, and unspoken truths passed between them in silence. No one knew that a hidden camera, a tiny forgotten device from a recent shoot, was still operating. No one knew their every word was being recorded. No one knew that hours later the footage would leak. But in that moment all they cared about was the truth. Xiao Zhan took a few steps closer, his breaths quick, almost unsteady. "Ba. Why now? Why after everything? Why did you reach out again?" Wang Yibo looked straight at him with eyes colder than the night. "Because I could not keep watching everything fall apart. Because I saw what happened on set. Because you are pretending you are fine when you are not." Xiao Zhan swallowed hard. He ran a shaky hand through his hair and whispered, "You should not have seen that." "But I did," Yibo replied softly. "And you cannot hide it from me." Then it began. The storm. The truth. The words that no one expected. Xiao Zhan looked away for a moment, trying to steady himself. He sat on a wooden crate and lowered his head. "I thought I could ignore it. I thought I could carry everything alone. But what happened today was too much." Wang Yibo stepped closer. His voice dropped, almost trembling. "They pushed you too hard. You were shaking. You do not have to hide that from me." Xiao Zhan let out a breath that sounded broken. "They said it was weakness. That I should keep quiet. That I should not show anything." "Who told you that?" Yibo demanded. "Tell me." Xiao Zhan hesitated. "It does not matter." "It matters to me," Yibo insisted. Their voices filled the empty room. Raw. Unfiltered. Honest. For the first time in a long time, the world saw something deeper between them, something that went beyond friendship and partnership, something that felt like two lives tied together in a way only they understood. Xiao Zhan finally looked up at him with eyes filled with exhaustion. "They told me people like me should not complain. That I should be grateful for what I have. That I do not deserve to question anything." Yibo froze. "Who said that to you?" Xiao Zhan shook his head. "It was not one person. It was many. Every time my name came up in meetings they would lower their voices. They said I was too soft. Too emotional. Too fragile to handle the pressure." Wang Yibo clenched his jaw tightly. His voice dropped even lower. "They do not know you like I do. They do not know how hard you fight every single day. They do not know what you carried alone." Xiao Zhan stared at the floor. "I thought you forgot about me." Yibo frowned. "Why would you think that?" "Because you disappeared," Xiao Zhan whispered. "You stopped calling. You stopped checking on me. You left without saying anything. Yibo inhaled sharply as if the words stabbed through him. I left because I thought I was the reason you were being hurt. I thought if I stepped away you would be free. I thought I was protecting you. Xiao Zhan raised his head slowly. And all this time I thought you abandoned me. The silence that followed was heavy enough to choke the air. Then something shifted. Something raw and real. Wang Yibo walked toward him, stopping right in front of him. He lowered his head a little, his voice softening into something painfully gentle. I never left you. Not for 1 second. I just did not know how to help you without making it worse. Xiao Zhan searched his eyes, looking for the truth. And he found it. Then why did you ask to meet today? He whispered. Yibo took a slow breath. Because I saw what happened with Dylan. Because I saw how shaken you were. Because you needed someone beside you. And because I am tired of hiding. I want to know how you really feel. Xiao Zhan swallowed, fear flickering through his eyes. Feel about what? You know what, Yibo said quietly. Xiao Zhan looked down again. His hands trembled. His voice cracked as he whispered, I do not know how to say it. Then do not say it, Yibo answered. Just let me stay. Let me be there. Let me protect you even if it is only for tonight. For a long moment Xiao Zhan said nothing. Then finally he nodded. Stay. And that one word changed everything. Both of them stood there in the dimly lit room, two shadows blending into one. Two hearts beating in the same rhythm. Two lives that had been forced apart finally finding each other again. The camera kept recording. The world kept sleeping. And the truth kept deepening. This was not just a secret meeting. It was a confession. A breaking point. A beginning of something the world was never supposed to witness. But they will. Because the footage leaked. And everything is about to explode. The studio went silent after Xiao Zhan's final words. Wang Yibo stood in front of him, eyes steady, the tension between them sharper than ever. Xiao Zhan exhaled shakily. I disappeared because I didn't want you to fall with me, he whispered. Yibo stepped closer. And you think I wouldn't have chosen that? He said softly. You think I didn't search for you every day wondering why you left without a word? Xiao Zhan's eyes dropped. For the first time, he couldn't hide. Before either of them could say more, the studio door burst open. Their manager rushed in, face pale. There's a camera, he said breathlessly. Someone recorded your entire conversation. It's already leaked. Both men froze. Yibo reacted first, finding the tiny hidden lens and smashing it, but it was too late. The clip was already viral. The whole world was watching. Xiao Zhan's voice cracked. This is exactly what I feared. But Yibo shook his head, firmness replacing the panic. No. I'm done letting fear control our story. Xiao Zhan looked up at him, startled. Yibo took a slow breath. If they're going to watch us, then they'll watch the truth. Xiao Zhan hesitated, then nodded. And we'll say it together. For the first time in years, they stepped forward side by side. As they walked out of the room, reporters shouting, cameras flashing, Xiao Zhan whispered. Are you ready? Yibo gave a small, determined smile. I've been ready since the day you left. And just like that, the secret meeting that was supposed to tear them apart became the moment that finally brought them back together.